حلم بينا.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off our discussion with Dr. Khalil. Sir, now when we start talking about the youth empowerment, it's been one of the major sort of demands and requests by the Egyptian society for many years now. And over the past 10 years, we've seen big movements, big sort of slogans, and these slogans were translated into actual steps that were taken within our society. Now, first off, 10 years now, how much do you feel the government and the country has been working on empowering and highlighting the role of the youth within their Egyptian society, really empowering them, giving them sort of leading positions, executive positions, governmental, parliamentarian? So let's have an overview about the empowerment of youth over the past 10 years.
Well, honestly speaking, since this is a debate, so we've got to be honest about the situation. If we're talking about the steps that the government is taking, okay, they're really good steps, but the outcome, as I told you before we go live on air, that youth, or many youth, are going through a kind of a feeling down, kind of depression, simply because they really need to be heard. And they really need to feel that they are progressing professionally and financially as well. So let's not talk about the economic recession that's dominating the whole world. Let's talk about youth feeling the need to professionally develop themselves. As I told you, that maybe there could be real steps to improve, that empower youth, but at the same time, the core of the problem is education. Because youth are so ambitious, but the moment they graduate and go into the market, they really find themselves that they lack the abilities, they lack the skills, and they need to upgrade themselves, professionally develop themselves. So the very first thing they do after graduation is simply running to take courses in English, German, French, to develop themselves in their own career. And this is another problem, because I think that education from KG to grade 12 and then to university education should provide them with ample education, or a high level of education that could prepare them for the local market and the international market. So there could be some steps like, of course, you've seen the youth forum, empowering youth, telling them about the politics, giving them some roles in every ministry. But at the end of the day, let's be honest about that. Youth do need to have quality education. And of course, being a teacher for 25 years, on a daily basis, I simply get complaints that we need to improve ourselves, standard of living. And of course, I don't want to talk about another problem of the brain drain. Brain drain means the migration and immigration of talented youth to other countries in search for a better standard of living. And to be able to do that and to be able to travel, they have to qualify themselves for the international market. Of course, you know that in the age of globalization, youth really have to be fully equipped for that. So we're talking about globalization at the international market. Yes, young people, young men and women, have to take courses. And I told you about the term global person. The global person is the person who has got this kind, he takes pride in his own culture, but at the same time he's fully aware of other cultures. He's got this kind of cultural intelligence. And this is something that I've seen here as well, that youth these days have been exposed to diverse cultures. They know quite well what's happening around the world thanks to technology and the internet. However, at the same time, they really need to be fully equipped with the needs, with the requirements, with the credentials to hunt a job in the international market. So let's talk about it honestly. Simply, young people in Egypt have got abilities. And when they travel abroad, they get all the credit. When they travel abroad, they get acknowledged. So the problem is not with the human power, because they're so talented, but I think we should provide them with more opportunities. More opportunities like professional development, free courses, online courses. And of course, I remember that when you interviewed me 2 years ago during the Corona and the COVID and the lockdown, we talked about online education, and that was the kind of the revolution and the upheaval of virtual education.
Yes.
So why not to take advantage of this popularity of virtual education and provide free courses to young people. Professional development. Also, I'm so happy, of course, about the Egyptian Bank of Knowledge. I don't know if people are aware of that or not. We definitely have steps taken by the government to provide good education, to provide, however, our parents, and this is something else, do you think parents are well prepared to accept the wind of change?
Yes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, on that wind of change note, there is still a lot more to talk about, but let's go for a short break and we'll be right back.